last Tuesday a performance that was worthy of a Oscar nomination. Now, in case you need a trip down memory lane as to what I'm talking about, well, I have the clip right here, fair use. All the videos I'm going to play is fair use. And another thing, things I might say on this video might offend some people, but guess what? If you're offended by it, then that's just too bad, because I'm going to say what I got to say. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, as far as the clip go, we're going to get right to it. DJ, spin that shit.
Hey, Tim, do you want to say something? Come on. I want him to say
something. New Hampshire. The president said a double-digit win in New Hampshire, and you delivered a double-digit win for President Trump. But I'm going to invite you to my home state starting tomorrow, where this election is over. It is time for the Republican Party to coalesce around our nominee and the next president of the United States, Donald Trump. Let's get that party started tonight.
What a good guy. What a good man. Did you ever think that she actually appointed you, Tim? And think of it, appointed, and you're the senator of his state, and she endorsed me. You must really hate her. No, it's a shame. It's a shame. Uh-oh.
I just love you.
No, that's good. That's why he's a great politician.
Vamos!
Now, Tim Scott sounded like Brother Love of WWE back in the day. I just love you. And that type of performance right there is what got people talking. It got people like me, Too Raw, you know, guys who's actually on code. My brother Torian Rain, right? Go subscribe to him, right? But there's some other people who are not on code, who are sellouts, like Bakari Sellers. For example, he's from South Carolina. He's a shameless bootlick that serves the Democratic establishment, right? He ran his mouth on CNN. You had Al Sharpton, another shameless bootlick, running his mouth, right? I guess he had to run his mouth because he need another round of motherfucking Dark and Lovely because his perm is going great. That's why he ran his mouth on BSNBC, right? So, of course, he's going to run his mouth. Other people ran their mouth too. And Tim Scott can't take the heat because why? He was trying to serve up some bullshit in the kitchen. What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all for tuning in on this Sunday. Hit the like button. Now, since he can't take the heat, he had to run to Sean Hannity, a literal racist. Sean Hannity. Really, Tim Scott? You had to go to Sean Hannity? All right, let's see what he had to say on Sean Hannity. Because, no, before we do that, right? Before we do that, I have to redirect course here. I know we're getting a little excited, but I have to redirect course, right? Why am I going so hard at Tim Scott? Why am I going hard as this corn-shucking, shoe-shuffling Kiwi licker, right? Well, 3 years ago, when Biden first took office and Biden had an address to the Congress, Tim Scott was supposed to be the guy that the Republican Party was going to prop up and be a potential presidential candidate. When he did that, this is what he had to say. DJ, spin that shit.
America is not a racist country. I have experienced the pain of discrimination. I know what it feels like to be pulled over for no reason, to be followed around the store while I'm shopping. I remember every morning at the kitchen table, my grandfather would open the newspaper and read it, I thought. But later I realized he had never learned to read it. He just wanted to set the right example. I've also experienced a different kind of intolerance. I get called Uncle Tom and the N-word by progressives, by liberals. Just last week, a national newspaper suggested my family's poverty was actually privilege because a relative owned land generations before my time. Believe me, I know firsthand, our healing is not finished. In 2015, after the shooting of Walter Scott, I wrote a bill to fund body cameras. Last year, after the deaths of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, I built an even bigger police reform proposal. But my Democratic colleagues blocked it. When America comes together, we've made tremendous progress, but powerful forces want to pull us apart. 100 years ago, kids in classrooms were taught the color of their skin was their most important characteristic. And if they looked a certain way, they were inferior. Today, kids are being taught that the color of their skin defines them again. And if they look a certain way, they're an oppressor. From colleges to corporations to our culture, people are making money and gaining power by pretending we haven't made any progress at all, by doubling down on the divisions we've worked so hard to heal. You know this stuff is wrong. Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country.
All right, Pop.
Now, mind you, he contradicted himself talking about all the racism that happened to him. But America's not a racist country. That's why people was putting their foot in your ass, Tim Scott. You can't talk about all the racism that happened to you and then come back to about America is not a racist country. Are you kidding me? The whole country is fine, no racism. Now, when you went on a little diatribe, right, you talked about the Walter Scott shooting. Well, you didn't talk about the incident that happened 3 months later, and that's when Dylan Roof went to Mother Emanuel AME Church, opening fire, killing 9 people, including the senior pastor, who was also the state senator. You didn't talk about that, you shameless hack. So, Timmy, right? That was you 3 years ago. This was you last week amidst the backlash of that shameless performance you put on for a party of one. DJ, spin that shit.
Texas deals with the border crisis. Joe Biden, he took a quick trip north to Wisconsin. As usual, mumbling, bumbling, stumbling, and slurring his words, whispering into the microphone, yelling, getting confused as he always is, and then lying about the economy, just like he lies about the border for 3 years being secure and closed. Take a look.
Tim, thank you for the introduction. I got to meet his twins and his wife, and no wonder he's here. I tell you what, they're going to keep him here. And thanks to the outstanding senators, Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin, Tammy Gallant, and Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith from the state of Minnesota. If I have all 3 of them on my side, I don't worry about anything. I'm proud to announce $1 billion from the bipartisan infrastructure law will be used to build this new bridge. By the way, it used to make the beer brewed here. It is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called. My professor, well, I won't get into my professor. Well, look, my predecessor, though, he chose a different course. They're still making 350% profit. It cost $10 to make it. $10 to make it.
It's like listening to a great-great-grandpa rambling. Anyway, Biden then took a fun picture with Amy Klobuchar at a local bar, but apparently put on his hard hat backwards. Meanwhile, the American people are suffering the effects of Biden inflation, Biden's high interest rates, but the left, they seem to only care about personal attacks. Some of the most repulsive vitriol directed at Senator Tim Scott. Take a look.
Tim Scott was behind Donald Trump the entire time, grinning like a Cheshire cat last night.
What did you think about the Tim Scott moment on the stage with Trump?
I mean, I've called this the great emasculation of the Republican Party.
I know Tim and I are both practicing Christians, but I don't know if he could pray like that to the other side. I mean, it was humiliating to watch what Tim Scott did.
Tim Scott, he's this big man. What is he so afraid of? What are they so afraid of? Is Donald Trump going to punch him in the nose, if he doesn't suck up to him like that? I mean, there's plenty of...
All right, there's a lot more here now to respond. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott. Senator, identity groups in America, you're not allowed to attack them, but there seems to be open season on one group, conservative African Americans. I'm sure you're sick and tired of it, because I certainly am. Some of these comments are repulsive.
Absolutely. They're vile and disgusting comments coming from the far left. Sean, the most racist in the country are liberals. The bigotry that comes from the far radical left, it's just normal these days. Why? Because they're trying not just to attack me, but they're trying to make sure that any other minority who will think for themselves and consider the GOP, they want to send a message to every single one of them. Step out of line and we'll attack you too. That level of intimidation doesn't work with me. And to every single African American, Hispanic, millennial, anybody in the majority population or minority population, if you believe in conservatism, stand up and be counted. If you want to make America the greatest nation on God's green earth, step into the fire, because we have to save this nation. We better save it right now, because the radical left, they're so afraid of people like me, people like you, Sean, thinking for ourselves, speaking out.
Okay, so I'm not going to subject you to no more of that verbal diarrhea of the mouth, all right? Because all of this is white media talking points about save the country. We got to save America. From what? Is there alien invasion coming? Is there a zombie apocalypse upon us? What the fuck do we got to save America from? You shameless fucking hack! Now, so I had to bring the temperature down a little bit. The fact of the matter is, Tim Scott, you said 3 years ago America wasn't a racist country. Now you talk about there's racism on the left from liberals. You black conservatives get on my fucking nerves. You, Candace Owens, that mangy hyena who suffers from malnutrition, that Larry Elder guy, and who can ever forget about Jesse Lee Peterson? You black conservatives that's on the right. Oh, don't worry, Brandon Tatum. I ain't forget about your coon ass neither. But Jesse Lee Peterson, yeah, because I remember you, motherfucker. You that same pastor who will marry a guy and then suck his dick in a hotel room. That's who you are, Jesse Lee. You sitting up here telling men, because you don't like black dick, you like white and Latino dick. You sit up there and tell a man to sit on a chair, close his eyes, and whatever happens next, and whatever happens after that is not what you think. As you put that man's dick in your mouth, that's not part of communion, Jesse Lee. That's not part of communion. You put another man's dick in your mouth. So let me get this straight. So all you so-called conservatives out there, we black folks are conservative in nature. We don't do all this crazy shit that's out here in the atmosphere. We just want to be left alone. Give us our shit and leave us alone. That's what we ask for. Y'all don't fight for the stuff we ask for. All you want to do is get your cut, and then next thing you know, you want to sit there and talk down on us like we is shit. Like we're second-rate citizens. So, no, I don't believe in none of you goddamn coons that's on the right. God, you guys got me fired up on this Sunday. The fact of the matter is, you guys that so-called conservatives ain't no better than the so-called Democratic individuals on the left. Because when it comes time for reparations, when it comes time for ending qualified immunity, when it comes time for anti-black hate crime bill, you conservatives on the right, that is black, and you liberals that's on the left, that's Democrat, Oh, well, now all of a sudden now y'all find a way to hold hands and sing the proverbial song of no. Y'all say no. You both say no. So I don't hear that shit. Oh, we need the power of healing. Look, when I cut myself, my body will allow the time to heal. When I put a Band-Aid on it, well, low peroxide first, then a Band-Aid on it, and then my body heals. You talk about all this, oh, we need the power of healing. From what? When the people doing the cuts are still in power. The fuck you talking about? Now you sit up here whine, bitch, and more. And people being racist to me when 3 years ago when your trifling ass said there was no racist country. This is why I love the power of the internet. You don't get to reinvent yourself every so often because we got the receipts to counteract the counterfeit you're throwing out here. And this thing about a free thinker, let's talk about that because they've been throwing that talking point around all loosely and shit. When have you guys ever been a free thinker? So Whitlock, guys like Jesse Whitlock, Stephen A. Smith, fucking Sage Steele, Candace Owens, Larry Elder, Jesse Lee Peterson, fucking Brandon Tatum, or Paris Denoff. Don't worry, I forgot about your gay ass, right? You dick in the booty ass nigga. I forget about you, Paris Denoff. Just because you've been out of the CNN spotlight, don't mean that you will parade your bussy around every chance you get. Let's talk about this so-called free thinker, right? Now, if you guys were free thinkers, when you guys challenged the notion that the Republican establishment put out there, huh? Why don't y'all challenge the Republican establishment out there? Why it's always got to be, oh, it's got to be Democrat. And this is not to defend Democrats, and it's damn sure not to support them. I had to do my comment section. Come and talk about, oh, McGillo, excuse me. I talk about that bussy boy all the goddamn time. Who can ever forget his claim to fame when he lost to Ron DeSantis and his political career started spiraling down? And it culminated in him with being found in a hotel room. It probably wasn't even a Marriott. He was probably found in a Red Roof Inn. I don't know what specific hotel it was. I'm not that prone to the details. But what I am prone to know is Andrew Gillimo, bussy loving ass, was found in a hotel room with dookie chips, drugs, vomit, bloodstains, fucking nigga with a gay dude. That's Andrew Gillum's claim to fame. Don't worry, I got more on him later on in another video. That one's coming. You can best believe that one's coming. What's up, y'all? I see y'all up in here. Hit the like button for me. Hit the like. So let's talk about you so-called free thinkers. Why won't y'all challenge anything in the Republican establishment? So everything that's in the Republican establishment is so right? But everything from the Democratic part is so wrong. If you're supposed to be free thinkers, then how come you guys won't push back on these talking points if y'all are so-called free thinkers? Huh? All you guys, all you so-called black conservatives out there, you toe the line. That's what you do. You ain't no free thinkers. You are puppets. You will, as soon as that camera turn on, as soon as they say lights, camera, action, and here you are. When it's lights, camera, action, there y'all go. Right there. That's what y'all do. You need another review? You might have caught it because your eyes were blinking, right? Don't worry, I'm gonna run it back. That's what you do when it's lights, camera, action. So don't give me this bullshit about you being a free thinker. You guys don't think in solutions for the liberation of black society? No. you try to get your heaping helpings of Grand's biscuits. That's extra flaky. Now, Tim Scott, the final video I'm gonna show on this video, right? Fair use. Oh yeah, OAN. I thought you guys ceased to exist. Clearly, I was wrong in this scenario because this is what Tim Scott said. DJ, spin that shit.
Given that you have worked with him for 4 years when he was commander-in-chief, what did you learn about President Trump that makes you believe that he will be the right man for the job for the next 4 years?
Yeah, so when I offered opportunity zones, I created opportunity zones to bring resources into the poorest communities of this country. He took a look at it and he said, as a developer, I get this. This will work. And he supported it within 24 hours. Because of that, we were able to get that across the finish line. It became law. When I wrote the personal side of the tax code, I was thinking about my mother, who was a single mom, thinking about how could I reduce her taxes. We were able to reduce it by 70%. We were able to return to the American people over $4,000 as we committed. Who made that possible? Well, writing it was good. Signing it was better. That was President Trump. When I think about the funding for historically black colleges or focusing on rare blood diseases like sickle cell anemia, who helped champion that cause with me? President Trump. When I think about the most inclusive economy in the history of the country, as far as I can tell, 7 million jobs, 2 out of 3 going to women and minorities. That was President Trump. Wages growing at the bottom quintile more than the top quintile. President Trump. World peace. I'm not a beauty pageant, but world peace. The dude delivered world peace. President Trump.
World peace? Really, Tim Scott, world peace? So let's talk about that for a second, because that was really I wanted to focus on. All that other babble he was going on, all that's bullshit. We all know that. No black folks have benefited from anything that he said from that. So I'm not going to bore you with that shit. I'm going to focus on the world peace part, right? What's up, Too Raw? What's up, Too Raw? Salute to my man Too Raw for TV in the building. World peace? Really, world peace? So when Donald Trump was under impeachment the first time, did he deliver world peace when he authorized an airstrike that killed the goddamn Iranian general? Was that world peace, Tim Scott? How about the second time around when he got impeached, when he was parading around this bullshit about him losing the election? That the election was stolen from him. He was parading around that bullshit-ass talking point. And it had been guys like Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, Andy Biggs, Ali Alexander, that motherfucker running around here looking like Sammy Davis Jr., right? Miss I Like to Grab Dick at a Beetlejuice play and Lauren Boebert, and batshit crazy Jewish laser conspiracy theorist Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, all them motherfuckers had one thing in common. That was parading around Trump's talking point. All those dumbasses were asking for pardons when Trump was president because they was doing his fucking dirty work. So was he bringing world peace there when all you guys running around here pushing that bullshit that resulted in people scaling the side of the Capitol on January 6th? But he brought world peace, right? Get your motherfucking buck dancing, shoe shuffling, corn shucking ass up out of here, bitch nigga. They will never accept you. What part of that don't you understand? They will never, and I mean never, accept you, because the first time you call yourself trying to challenge Donald Trump on anything, the first time you trying to call yourself trying to go against whatever Trump put out there, and they're going to turn on you. The hard supporters are going to turn on you. Did you not learn that yet? Or you just feel like you was that important piece of the puzzle that can change Donald Trump? Ain't no changing that motherfucker. There ain't no changing him. You call yourself trying to lick the proverbial kiwi off his shoe, and he'll just, as soon as he get done dumping his droppings in you, treating you like a condom, all you gonna do is throw your ass in the trash. What part of that don't you get? Oh, because you're gonna be the guy that changes him, right? You chocolate milk down hair having ass motherfucker. You're gonna be the guy that changes him. Okay, yeah, all right. But he brought world peace, right? He brought world peace. If you don't sit down somewhere So let me get this straight, because I'm going to run this back one more time. He brought world peace, but he authorized an airstrike during his first impeachment that resulted in the death of an Iranian general. And the Iranians have not forgotten about that, right? So he brought world peace, though. The second time around is when he was up for impeachment for inciting the insurrection on January 6th through his rhetoric and through his handlers, right? So let me get this straight. All these people, right, whether it been unknown white supremacists or unknown bootleg who just happened to be there at the time, right, or a well-known white supremacist or well-known bootleg. So all these people, they've gone to jail behind this man. All these people who have lost their law licenses behind this man. All these people who can't get jobs because of this man. The Michael Flynn's, the Michael Cohen's, right? Michael Cohen trying to reinvent himself on YouTube, for crying out loud. The George Papadopoulos, not to be confused with George Papadopoulos that was on Webster, but that guy. Peter Navarro's. You mean to tell me all those people, that the QAnon shaman, the Ronald Barnett's, who was on Nancy Pelosi's desk with a stun gun while smoking a joint? Oh, Nancy, oh, Nancy. Right? Remember that cringeworthy shit? So all these people that have gone to jail behind Donald Trump, but he ain't did nothing wrong. He's squeaky clean. We just gonna forget about all the bullshit that happened 3 years ago, right? This is why we go so hard at you, Tim Scott. You and black conservatives alike. This is why we go so hard at you, because you are a shameless fucking bootleg, as I said in the previous video I did. You will sit up there and sell your ass. Also, you could have the hopes of becoming a vice president. It ain't no guarantee he's going to pick you. Matter of fact, I will bet house money that he don't pick you. So let's recap. Let's review, right? Tim Scott, let's review. This was you last week, getting down on bended knee, channeling your inner boys to men, tugging on the coat because the person that you supposed to so-called be in love with, right? She won't even put her hands up to hold your hand, right? And Mindy knows a flat-chested, even flatter booty woman, divorced mama 3, with snot-nosed kids and all who call you a nigga right under their breath. That's the woman you want to call yourself being in love with, right? How much you pay her, huh? How much you pay her? How much money did you pay her under the table? Hey, can I get some of that money? Huh? Can I get some of that? All that money you pay her, and you ain't even so much as kissed her in the mouth. Can I get some of that? Huh? You know what I'm saying? I just want some Popeyes, you know what I'm saying? I ain't need that big. You know, just enough that I said, give me some chicken for Popeyes and shit. All right? Hey, Tim Scott, can I get some of that money you pay her? Huh? Can some of the black community get that money? Huh? Because you can only go along with the sham for so long. But she's the love of your life, right? Now, mind you, I only saw one picture of you with her on your Instagram. I never see no pictures of you with her on Instagram. You go on her Instagram profile while she's an interior decorator. She's sprucing up the house, showing you how the water works when you turn the knob in the bathroom, showing you what pine nuts and pine cones that's in the living room or some shit. Hey, she's showing it all. But the man she's supposed to be in love with, you can tell she don't even like black men. She don't even like black men. She gotta go along with the sham. So who took that picture, Tim Scott? Who took the picture? Did you get one of your handlers? Did you get his sister? Did you get your sister to do it? Did you get her sister to do it? Who took that fucking picture of you getting down on bended knee proposing to her? So yeah, you can miss me with that. You can miss me with that. You doing that for the cameras. You out there doing performative arts. You really think that you getting down on bended knee, putting a ring on her finger is going to allow Trump to tab you as a vice president? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. And then what? Then what? You did all that stupid ass shit for nothing. Huh? What happens then? What's up, Reef? Salute to my man Reef the Watcher in the building. Hey, what gonna happen after you do all that shit, huh? You doing all this stuff. You putting on cringeworthy performances at rallies. You out here, you know, getting fake ass women and all that shit who don't even love you, don't even respect you, and damn sure don't care about you. You doing all this bullshit for what? What if he don't pick you? Then what? What you gonna do now? Huh? You can't go back. You can't go back. You already made yourself out to be the biggest bootlicker out here since don't worry, you're in the running for Coon of the Year, and we still in January. We ain't even out of January yet, and you firmly entrenched yourself as a Coon of the Year candidate for 2024. By the way, any of you lurkers that supports this ass wipe want to call yourself challenging me, well, guess what? I'm ready. I'm ready, Cat Daddy. I'm ready. I'm ready for the smoke. You bring the smoke, guess what? I got some goddamn match to light the fucking match. I got matches ready to light this bitch on fire. If you want to call yourself want to bring smoke to me because I'm going at this motherfucker. Another point, right? Because I see that a lot of you mindless numbskulls out here don't understand that Tim Scott is not reading the room. And you're sure as hell not reading the room here. All right? I am a black man, an unapologetic, foundational black man that loves black women. So when I'm going at this motherfucker for the shameless bootlicker he's doing, that does not make me a racist. Idiot. You idiot punk bitch that came in my goddamn comment section on the previous video I did about this clown. You got nerve to call me a fucking racist? The fuck out of here, bitch. I thank everybody for tuning in. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the Mighty Lions Den basketball community. I got to bring my temperature down. I got to bring the room down. That's right. You already know what time it is. That's right. That's right. Once again, I thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. I'm out this bitch. This your man. Scream at me. Huh?